Good afternoon, Yeshivat Frisch. I'm Eliana Fine, and this is the award-winning Frisch News Network. Frisch students have been traveling the world recently, with sophomores in Vienna on Frisch's Vienna exchange program, Spanish-track students in Cuba as a part of a humanitarian aid relief mission, the 12th grade Italian class in Italy practicing their language skills and experiencing Italian culture, and juniors off to Canada on Junior Frisch Fest. On a more solemn note, last year, Shira Perez, daughter of Rabbi Doron Perez, the executive chairman of the World Mizrahi Organization, came to Frisch to speak about her brother, Daniel, who was kidnapped from his tank on October 7th. At the time, it was unclear whether or not Daniel had survived that terrorist attack. A few months later, the tragic news came out that Daniel had been killed. On Tuesday, February 11th, Frisch juniors and seniors heard from Rabbi Perez, who talked about his son and the sacrifice he made for the state of Israel. A day later, on Wednesday, February 12th, Frisch students observed Sharsheret Pink Day, wearing pink to raise awareness for breast cancer. Here's Lolly Rimmer with two of Frisch Pink Day's student organizers.
So what are your names?
Sneha Bekoff.
Ava Gerfine.
So what's Pink Day about?
Pink Day is about raising awareness for breast and ovarian cancer and all the work that Sharsheret does.
What is Sharsheret?
Sharsheret is a nonprofit organization that helps women and their families deal with basically adjusting to like a new life.
What is your jobs for Pink Day?
Our jobs for Pink Day is we sell sweatshirts, and this year we're also doing pajama pants to raise money for Sharsheret. And on the tables, there's tons of like random goodies that Sharsheret gives us, and like pens, stickers, those stuff. And everyone just like donates to Sharsheret, and you also like you can be more knowledgeable if you want. You can ask us questions.
How did you guys get involved in Sharsheret?
So 3 years ago, we started the Sharsheret Club. So through that, Rabbi Shulman reached out to us and basically asked us if we wanted to help organize Pink Day. So that's why we're doing it.
Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you.
Frisch News, I'm Lolly Rimmer.
Thank you, Lolly. On a different note, on Friday, February 14th and Sunday, February 16th, the Frisch wrestling team participated in the Wittenberg Tournament, the annual Yeshiva wrestling tournament held at Frisch. Frisch placed second overall, with 11 individual wrestlers taking home trophies. Congratulations to everyone on the Frisch wrestling team. FNN sat down with team captain AJ Horowitz to learn more about the Frisch wrestling team and how they work. Here's Abby Rich.
Hi, I'm Abby Rich.
Hi, I'm AJ Horowitz.
So how did you get into wrestling?
When I was a freshman, the coach of the wrestling team at Frisch goes to my shul, so I was introduced to him, and he told me that I should come out and try out. And I said, why not? So I gave it a shot, and I fell in love with it. It's a very fun sport.
So how did you become captain?
Well, I practiced a lot, and my sophomore year, I won my weight class at Wittenberg, as well as Frisch won that year. That definitely prompted me to be captain my junior year, and now my senior year as well.
What's your role as captain?
I raised about $27,000 this year for the wrestling team to purchase new mats. I do much outreach with other teams to see if I can make matches happen, as well as maybe reach out to tournament directors who are making wrestling tournaments. I'm often in contact with the administration of Frisch, as well as the athletic directors at Frisch, who help facilitate and make sure everything is running smoothly on the team.
What's your favorite part about being on the team?
Many people on the team are trying to find a community. They're trying to grow. They're trying to remake themselves in a new way starting high school, often freshmen. That's my favorite part, seeing when kids really struggle but keep pushing forward, and really seeing when I say my freshmen, the freshmen on the team, the sophomores, now the juniors, who I've seen grow a lot over the last couple of years, who I think I've helped my 2 years as being captain as well as just being on the team.
Sounds like you're a good leader.
Thank you.
What does an average week look like for your wrestling team?
So for the wrestling team, there's 3 practices and there's 2 lifting sessions. So it's 5 total times we meet.
So I know your last season didn't end the way you wanted it to. Can you tell me about that?
Well, my last season, I got pile driven on my head, which was not
Oof.
fun. And I got a little bit concussed. Not a little bit, very much so concussed.
How are you feeling?
Thank God, very well.
Sure.
But eventually, after a few months recovering, I was able to continue my training and go to wrestling camp, as well as go to a lot of wrestling clubs and rebuild my strength and come out stronger than ever.
How did it feel to be at Wittenberg this year, given everything that happened last year?
Definitely a bit nerve-wracking, but besides that, very exciting. I thought that I had a lot to prove to myself, as well as to all my friends and family who were very supportive of me over the last few months and the last year in total. Many people had my back during when I had a concussion and when I was really struggling with school and not being able to wrestle for so long. Then I want to say thank you to them in a way that I can show them how much their support really meant, how much their support really did for me.
So this year you took first place in your weight class and you won the AJ Yeshivat Wrestling Awards. So could you tell me about how you felt in those moments?
Really good. I won my weight class now 3 times, so that was very fun. Good addition. Now in the Yeshiva Wrestling Hall of Fame. The Captain Zinkin Award, which was a big honor to win, especially since Josh Zinkin, he graduated last year. Big friend of mine, as well as someone who I looked up to. He pushed me to be a better version of myself, so I'm happy that I won an award named after his grandfather.
Could you describe the Frisch wrestling team in a few words?
The wrestling team, in one word, I would say, is a brotherhood beyond anything else. We always have each other's back. It's a bunch of kids from a bunch of different, I would say, friend groups, different groups in the school who you wouldn't necessarily think would ever really be friends with each other. But we all become friends with each other and all gain from each other's different experiences in life in different communities and where we all come from. When you win, you get your hand raised at the end. It's not the team, but it's not the only thing that matters. It's also where your team places and how well your team does overall. You are fighting for yourself, but you're also fighting for others.
Thanks, AJ. From Frisch News Network, this is AJ Rich. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Abby. Not only have Frisch students been engaged in athletics, they've also been growing spiritually with Thursday, February 20th, Hasidus trip to the Kever of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Now for some exciting news, FNN is introducing a new segment, Inside the Pack. For this episode, we took a poll of Frisch students, asking them what languages they speak to get a sense of Frisch's linguistic diversity. Here's Ariella Ray's sheet with our answers.
Hi, I'm Ariella Rashid here with Inside the Pack, where we learn more about what makes Frisch so special, our students. This episode, we're investigating Frisch's linguistic diversity. Thank you to everyone who responded to our poll. FNN asked Frisch students what languages they speak, even a little of, to get answers, and the results were quite staggering. Overall, Frisch students reported speaking over 25 languages. Of those who responded to our poll, around 18% reported speaking 4 or more languages, around 33% said they speak 3 languages, about 45% speak 2 languages, and around 6% speak just 1 language. Of these, the most common languages reported were English, Hebrew, Spanish, French, and Russian. Smaller numbers of students also reported speaking languages from Arabic to Yiddish to Japanese to Farsi.
Hello.
Shalom.
Bonjour.
Привет.
Ciao.
Yasu.
Guten Tag. Vitayo.
Hello.
안녕하세요.
Shalom Aleichem.
Merhaba.
Darud.
Konnichiwa.
Sanhu.
Thanks again to everyone who participated, and look out for the next poll where we will learn more about student-run businesses. For Frisch News, I'm Ariella Rashid. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Ariella. Finally, our favorite segment, Teacher 10. This week with a little twist. Here's Leah Bernstein with everyone's favorite barista, Christin from the Den.
How did you get this job? I worked for Starbucks for about 12 years, and they were looking for a cafe manager.
and reached out to me, and I had a few interviews and accepted the position in which they were offering.
How is it working here?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the variety of the students and the atmosphere. It's a great place to just engage with all different kinds of people.
How do you remember everyone's like orders and names? Because I know every time I come in here, everybody's just like, "Oh, I know you. Here's your order."
A lot of it is just making a genuine connection with people, associating their drink with a face, with a name. And then the other aspect is, we have to ask for everyone's name with every order. So it kind of forces that and encourages it.
What's your favorite part about Frisch?
The environment. It's a very family-oriented kind of environment, and I love that.
What is something you recommend everyone should try from the Den?
The egg and cheese sandwich.
What is your favorite drink from the Den?
Okay, but I'm boring. I like an Americano with some oat milk, but if I was being not boring, it would be a white mocha.
Yum. What's your favorite food?
In general from here, probably our muffins.
I agree. Which grade is like the best? Which grade buys the most
Can't ask
drinks?
me that. I feel like I have to say seniors, but I also like every other grade too. I mean, it's nice to see new faces like freshmen. It's nice to get to know everyone, the sophomores and juniors, so I can't really answer that.
Where do you get the fruit from? Like, where does it come from? Is it from like a company? Or...
We get it from a distributor who works with about 8 different bakeries. That's where most of the food comes from, and then I have another resource.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. It was so much fun talking to you, and yeah.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm Leah Bernstein, back to the studio.
Thank you, Leah. Well, that's all we have time for today. Have a story idea? Want to get involved? Email us at frishnews@frisch.org, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. For Frisch News, I'm Eliana Fine. Have a great day.